John Beltran back at Sunset Baseball Field in Brush as we head to the fourth inning. The Bead Diggers have a 6-run first, which has stood up. They lead 6-3. Let's see what Ken Garcia can do. The lefty has been very, very inconsistent so far. He has hit 3 batters in the game, walked 2, and struck out a couple, and will face the same hitters to begin the fourth as he did the second. Tyler Schaefer, Marcos Arteaga, and Brandon Hoff, the 7, 8, and 9 hitters. And that frame started with a walk, a hit batsman, and an error by Garcia. The Bead Diggers have committed 1 error in each of the first 3 innings. Lefty against lefty. Swung on and line foul down the third base side. 0-1. Took an hour to play 3 innings because of the numerous walks by Weld Central pitchers, and the inconsistency we've seen from Garcia has been pretty effective for most of the year. 0-1. And that changeup is a beauty on the outside corner at the knees. And it's pretty obvious if he can retire the first hitter, and you can say that for a lot of pitchers, but especially a young pitcher like Garcia, changes his mentality completely. And that is a ball. Holy mahungus. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Must have been up in the zone with a changeup. Blake threw to third base. Well, that certainly looked good from here. And Garcia thought it was strike 3. Schaefer walked and scored in the first. Fastball is low and away, 2-2. Yeah, I still can't tell you. It must have been high. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Schaefer. Wind and pitch. Swung on and foul tipped into the glove of Trevor Blake. It's a strikeout of Tyler Schaefer on the changeup. 1 down, and the 3rd strikeout by Ken Garcia. There's Marcos Arteaga, who was hit by a pitch in the second. And this could be the rhythm that Garcia was looking for. He's retired 4 in a row. Wind and pitch. Changeup is upstairs. Weld Central has just 1 base hit, but the 3 runs because they've had numerous opportunities. And the 1-0 offering bounces in on the fastball, 2-0. Six runs on 6 hits for the Bead Diggers. They've committed 3 errors and left 7 on base. 3 runs on 1 hit for Weld Central. They've not committed an error, left 4 on base. Here's another ball. Fastball up and away. Just when Garcia was getting into a rhythm, he just fell out of it right now. 3-0 to Marcos Arteaga, with Brandon Hoff on deck, squaring the bunt just to distract Garcia. And that pitch is a little bit low with a changeup. 3rd walk issued by Garcia, so that's essentially 6 free passes when you factor in the 3-hit batsman. And a very un-Garcia-like start so far. Brandon Hoff reached on an error in the second. Scored a run on that play. And the pitch. Changeup is a strike, tailing away. It's 0-1. Yeah, that's a pitch that if Garcia can throw for a strike consistently is very tough to hit. At least well. Short lead for Arteaga at first. And the 0-1. Fastball is outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. And when Garcia lost to Eaton 7-0, he threw an outstanding game there. Better than he's throwing today, that's for sure. He's just not facing that same type of lineup. 1-1. He short-armed it, bounced into Blake. Ball 2, strike 1. The good news for Ken is that he threw only 10 pitches in the 3rd inning. And for the game is up to 61. So he's still got plenty left in that left arm. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out, 1 on. Brush leads Weld Central 6-3. We're in the top of the 4th inning. Arteaga with a short lead. And the offering. Change up low and away, 3-1. For all of your title needs, visit Tim Weimer at Northern Colorado Title, 205 West Kiowa in Fort Morgan. 3 balls and 1 strike. Base runners for Weld Central in every inning. The pitch. Swung on and grounded on the right side, headed for right field. To his left is Cardenas, plays it off his body, and now it ranges into right field into foul territory, and the runners will advance to second and third. That's going to be a straight-up double as Jesus dove to his left and played it off his body. It took a wild bounce, ricocheting off his body about 20 feet to his left into foul territory. Looked like it just would have been a simple single, but instead, Arteaga to third, and Hoff has a double, the second hit for Weld Central. Here's Josh Saris, the only left-handed hitter, actually one of two lefties. He's walked and scored and grounded into a double play. He's 0 for 1. The pitch swung on and popped up into foul territory on the left side, giving chase, and it's out of play as the third baseman Mares was to the fence. But it's strike one. No balls and one strike. Yeah, you put Garcia in a very difficult situation. He seems to respond the best. The problem is getting into that situation. That's happening too often. 0-1, and it bounces into Blake. 1 ball, 1 strike. At third is Arteaga. At second is Hoff with 1 down in the fourth. And the Bead Diggers lead 6-3. There's the wind and pitch. Swung on, fouled back. Threw it right down the middle with a fastball. It's 1-2. Yeah, there's just some outings, no matter how good of a pitcher you are, you have to battle. And that's what Garcia's doing. This is a game he has to battle. He doesn't have his good stuff today. Wind in the 1-2. Swung on and popped up extremely high behind the second base bag into shallow center field. Out is Cardenas, who makes the catch. Waitert looked like he made the catch. Runner breaks for home. The long throw. Blake applies a tag, and safe. Safe getting around the tag was Arteaga. Hoff to third. It's a sac fly for Josh Saris, and Weld Central makes this a 6-4 game. Good call at the plate because it was a sweep tag by Blake, but Arteaga got around it. And an excellent throw by Waitert. A close play at the plate. That's a rare F6, as there was a lack of communication out there with Jesus and Colby right next to each other in a near collision. Here is Tom Vestal, hit by a pitch and struck out. He's 0 for 1. The pitch. The tailing changeup is low and away. Let's see if Garcia can do this again. Get into big-time trouble and allow just a run. 1 ball and no strikes. Wind and offering. Swung on and grounded into left field. That is a base hit for Tom Vestal. Scoring is Brandon Hoff. Brush 6, Weld Central 5. Threw the changeup, but the location was not good. Right down the middle. Second hit for Weld Central in the inning, third of the game. Keith Johan popped to center, was hit by a pitch. Stretched by Garcia. And the offering. Fastball tails away, 1 ball, no strikes. The Bead Diggers can open this thing up for Valley to finish in second if they happen to lose this game. But the Bead Diggers are still in control because they beat Valley last Friday. 1-0 runner going, and that's bunted foul off to the right. And Vestal had that base stolen. 1 ball, 1 strike. Brush was 6 in the first. Valley, check that, Weld Central, he's countered with 2 in the first, 1 in the second, 1 in the fourth. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. The pitch. Tailing changeup, a ball, throw to first, back in standing is Vestal. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. To the third place hitter, Keith Johan. At 502 Ensign in downtown Fort Morgan, the place to shop for all of your appliance needs is B&B Appliance, a member of the Brand Source retail program. Swung on, grounded to second. Cardenas is there, sets, throws to first, and the inning is over. However, Weld Central scores 2 runs on 2 base hits, no errors, and a man left. We played 3.5 from Sunset Baseball Field in Brush. Brush 6, Weld Central 5 on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. Well, let's see if the Bay Diggers can get to Matt Begler here in the bottom of the fourth inning. They loaded the bases in the third. Did not score after stranding 2 in the second and 2 in the first, although in the first they did score 6 runs. And the Brush lead at home is 6-5 over Weld Central. It'll be Colby Waitert, Mitch Tormolen, and Ken Garcia. The Bay Diggers would like to get some of those runs back that they relinquished. They were down early 2-0 and built a 4-run advantage. But again, for Brush this season, the one negative has been taking advantage of opportunities. Even in games that they've scored a lot of runs, they've stranded runners. A week ago against Meade, they won 11-3 but stranded 14. Wind and pitch. Bounces in to Cord Dunham, 1-0. Waitert with a 3-run triple and a run scored, then he walked. He is 1 for 1 in this game and has 9 RBIs in the last 3. The pitch swung on and driven on the ground to second. Tyler Price is there on a Sunday hop. Flips it to first, and there's one down. Yeah, the deeper this game gets, the more you worry if you're a Bee Digger fan, because Brush is just not on their game today. You can't rely on just one inning to win a game offensively. Mitch Tormolen has an RBI single and a walk as well. Wind and pitch. Fastball over for a strike at the knees. It is 0-1. And Weld Central needs this game a lot more than Brush because the Bee Diggers have already qualified for the playoffs. 0-1 pitch in the dirt. 1 ball, 1 strike. The one thing you want to do against the power pitchers, work up that pitch count. And so far, 51 pitches in 2 1/3 innings thrown by Begler. The offering. Swung on and grounded to third. Boy, that's a big hop over there. An easy play as Tormolen is retired by Kyle Woodward for the second out of the fourth inning. And here is Ken Garcia. Singled and scored and grounded to second. Garcia had 1 for 2, but he knows he needs to help himself out here. Right now he is being outpitched by this reliever. Buddy's got the 1-run lead with 9 outs to go. The offering. Fastball, a strike on the outer half belt high. It's 0-1. No balls and 1 strike to Garcia. The wind and pitch. That's over the plate and just a little bit low. Must have been 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. With 2 down and the bases empty in the fourth. And the offering. Low with a changeup. Ball 2, strike 1. Neither pitcher or pitchers, since we've had 3 in this game, have had a 1-2-3 inning. Begler's got a chance to do it right now. And the 2-1 pitch. Swung on and lined into left field. That's a base hit for Garcia, who is now 2 for 3. That'll bring up Daniel Soto. Here's the problem with the Bee Diggers. Is that they're getting runners on base with 2 outs. In the second inning, Begler retired the first 2 as Ben Mickey will run for Ken Garcia. Then the next 2 reached, and then the next was retired. Then the first 2 retired in the third inning. The next 3 reached, and then Shea Hansen popped up, and now the first 2 retired. And that's a fastball outside to Soto. So basically the point I'm making, the Bee Diggers have not had a man on base with less than 2 down since the first inning. We're in the fourth. The pitch. Fastball is upstairs and inside. 2-0 to Daniel Soto. The Bee Diggers are holding on to a 6-5 lead in the bottom of the fourth inning. The pitch. Fastball rides inside. 3-0. And again, another example of Begler just losing his stuff here. He's already walked 4, but survived those walks because he's retired the first 2 hitters of each of his first 3 innings. 3-0 pitch. That is low and away. Soto walks. To second is Mickey. But can the Bee Diggers deliver with 2 outs? Trevor Blake walked with the bases loaded, then struck out in the third. He is 0 for 1. And Blake does have power, as we mentioned. He homered over a month ago, was March 24th against Yuma. Wind and pitch, and he takes a fastball for a strike down the middle, thigh high, and it's 0-1. He's got a quick bat, but he's got to get around on this hard-throwing right-hander for Weld Central. Throw back to second, and back in sliding is Mickey, as the ball was received by the second baseman, Tyler Price. They had a shift on there with Vestal, the shortstop, and Price, the second baseman. No balls, one strike. Runners take their leads. The pitch swung on and fouled back. 0-2 to Blake. Well, at the very least, the Bee Diggers have turned over their own lineup. If Blake cannot reach, they'll lead off with Gregory Maris in the bottom of the fifth. But if Blake does reach, this could be a multiple run inning for the Bee Diggers. And the 0-2 offering, breaking ball is up and in. 1-2. And again, what the Bee Diggers are accomplishing is working this right-hander. Well over 60 pitches in less than 3 innings. Mickey with a big lead at second. 1-2. Fastball up and in. 2-2 to Trevor Blake, the junior catcher. The Bee Diggers are going for their 11th win of the season against 6 losses. They started off 1-2, been hot since then. And the 2-2. That is a strike 3, a half swing. Blake thought it was going to be out of the zone, then had to wave at it. Second strikeout of Trevor Blake, and the third by the right-hander Matt Begler. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and the Bee Diggers left 2. And in this game, they have stranded 9 through 4 innings. Let's head to the 5th. Brush 6, Weld Central 5 on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com.